Yup, it's me, Bobby, or Gay, or Gabe, or whatever I'm calling myself these days. And, I'm making a YouTube video, which is a bit bloody crazy because I don't post anything ever at all. And what even more crazy is I'm showing my face, my full unobscured face, which is a first for a public video. Although I am keeping the sunglasses on because the internet's not going to get my retina just yet. So you've probably read the description, unless I've changed it to the world's greatest bloody video disaster in the history of disasters. We're talking about tie knots, which is nice, I guess. So a gentleman on the Interpol Discord, who considers me a mentor in this subject, was a bit amused because I don't really know all that much, to be honest. Wanted to, because I already taught him a few knots. I've already taught him the four, and well, he kind of already knew the one because it's the Better Call Saul one. The Victoria and the double four in hands, the Victoria and the Albert, and the Pratt knot. I'm gonna, and also one of the knots here, but it was also a while ago, so I hope it would be a refresh. And I thought I'd share it with everyone. Well, make a video and share it with everyone. It's a bit more easier for me, although not so much in these glasses because I've kind of fumbled this one in a previous attempt at this video. So where do we start? Yeah, let's go. So the first knot we're going to start with is very simple and small. It's a small knot and it's very simple. It's so simple, in fact, it's it's more simple than the four in hand, which is considered like the schoolboy knot, or the basically the basic bitch knot. And no offense. And this is even more simple than that. In fact, it's so simple, it's called the simple knot, or the oriental knot. And so, firstly, let's talk about ties, because so the tie, it's my favourite tie. It's this lovely pattern. It's an awful polyester thing, but it's my favourite awful polyester thing. And yeah, it's just my favourite pattern ever. So it's like vintage St. Michael's MS that I found in a charity shop for £1. So great investment because I've worn this for a long time. Getting a bit worn out and a bit wrinkly. Well, not wrinkly, but like, you know, wear. Anyway, so we start. So with all these knots I'm going to show you, we're going to start with the inside of the tie on the outside of the collar. So the inside on hang around the outside. So you got the outsides facing. So this is how we start. We got the little chap and we got the big chap. So you have the little chap right in front of the big chap, and we wrap around the big chap around the little chap. And then I've ruined something. I need to faff around with my fingers. I've got a better side for doing these things, but I'm ambidextrous, so sometimes I forget. I'm not ambidextrous, but I just forget what hands I use things for. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So it's such a small knot and simple knot that you kind of need a lot of end on the little end. So if you've got a particularly long tie, it might not be fantastic. So where was I? So yes, this will end in front of big end. So the big chap is going to go around him, and then up here, and then through my loop here. And voila! As you can see, it's not even, I haven't even done it that tight, but it's a very small knot. well, it's a small knot for one I've done relatively loosely. Relatively loosely, and it's kind of gotten folded. It's kind of gotten folded the loop there, which is a bit bloody annoying. But yeah, so yeah, you can do that one super small and tight, and yeah, very nice. And that's probably the smallest knot you can do for a normal necktie. So if you do a knot with the same tie, that'll probably be the smallest. So what's the next one we're doing? The next one is the next step up from it's the same lineage. It's the Kelvin. Now, it's basically the next step up. So we do this, and it's the exact same start. So, alright. So little chap in front of big chap. Hold on. Yeah. Well, you don't really need to put your finger at all to save the space for the first loop, but for the second loop, you might want to do that. And yeah, I'm gonna fumble this one up again. What have I done? Yeah, no, I need to. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really explain what I did. I wrapped it around again. So you do two wraps around, and then you go through the top and go through the second loop. And then you get the Kelvin, which is about, it's kind of contemporary with the four-in-hand. It's usually about the same size. But they're pretty much the same. Like, you can't really notice the difference if you ask me. But it is, well, actually, it's not a four-in-hand, Mr. Windsor Snob. It's actually a Kelvin. So yeah, you can do that. So I know it's pretty awful in this one because the length I did it. The thing is, the length I did this knot makes the overall knot so awful because of the thing, but it will generally look better if you're doing it properly. I hope. Now the final one is a very complicated one, but I've only really learnt recently. I mean, I'm still trying to do all. Anyway, so again, exact same start. So this one's called. I'm getting ahead of myself. This one's called the Manhattan, and it's a more expert knot. So sorry. So yeah, little chap in front of big chap. You want, and unlike the last ones, you really want a lot of space on the long end rather than the little end. You want about 12 inches. I know a whole foot. I don't know what that is in guillotine units. Of space between the front and the back, generally, give or take. So yeah, that's about right. So yeah, you go around. So yeah, you start like this, go around. You know the drill by now, hopefully. But you go up, and you go up here, right? But instead of going down this loop, down the loop you've just made, you go around here, right? And you go around there, and like if you're doing like a stupid. And doing another knot that I forgot the name of. Well, I've forgotten what name correlates to what knot. But instead of going up and doing a wrap around there, you wrap around here, and then you wrap around the other way of that side. And now I've realised I've just forgotten to do a finger thing there, so we're going to have to force it a bit. and then get our chap down the central loop. And this should hopefully get you a nice, this one's particularly tight. Oh, yeah. This one's particularly tight. So it's quite small for its size. But what you should be looking for, with your Manhattan knot is a long, narrow knot. Like this one. And it's one of those knots that give you one of those lovely centralized dimples. Although I seem to have buggered it up here. Blast. So, got buggered it up in the end, but so yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely. So yeah. Hold on, we can just get a closer look at that. It's not very good actually, that one. That's not a really good example. Okay. No. I think I've tightened it in a way where it looks to have decent. So, yes. That was 3 things. So, you didn't catch that with the Manhattan. I'll do it again because this one's the real lesson of the lot. Because the I've already taught you Baseman the simple knots, and the Kelvin knot is just a simple loop around again. So I'm going to do this just again. Do the Manhattan just again. So, right, just like that. And then wrap this one up here. And then wrap it back round there again. Well, yeah, back it round there. Instead of going down there, go around here. Wrap around here. Now I've got my finger there. So there you go. And then wrap around up there again. And then then a lovely knot. Although this one, I think this one's even worse than the last one. Again, the sunglasses, and also the fact that I'm not looking at a mirror. And instead I'm looking at an iPad. I'm recording this on an iPad on top of a printer. And yeah, so it's not exactly a mirror. So yeah, that's your half. There you go. There you go. Except the dimple's not fantastic, but that's besides the point. Yeah, there's your Manhattan knot, and it's lovely, and I quite like it. I should probably try it more often nowadays. No, I don't really wear ties that often in the summer, but if I get one of my cotton ones, then that might be interesting, you know? Anyway, that's really the end of the video. I hope that's helpful to someone somewhere, and if, I mean, you can probably find better videos of teaching all of these knots or somewhere else on the interwebs. But, I just hope you enjoyed whatever the bloody hell I was doing here, you know? Thank you, I guess. Goodbye, my lovelies.